blind spots do we have, or blocks to relationships, to love? Wow, how about that? Love is coming out sideways. So there is a bit of an issue there that we might not be aware of. What is that jumping out? Ace of Cups in reverse. Now, I am taking reversals in this deck for the very first time. And okay, so there are some blocks here. What do we need to look at within ourselves so that we can be ready for the love that is actually trying to come our way? Because that is a lot of the messages that I am getting. Love is coming. So what do we most need to focus on in terms of potential blind spots or blocks? People pleasing. Okay, so we are sincere and honest, so that is good, but still people pleasing. Oh no, I've been trying to get rid of that one. And of course, people pleasing is all bound up with not even really knowing what your boundaries are, not knowing what you want, actually not having stopped to think about, what do I want? That's at one end of the scale. The other end of the scale is knowing what you want and being too fearful to ask for it because you think that someone might view this as a deal breaker. But you see so many people with partners who are absolutely demanding, or it's their way or the highway, and they get away with it. So why can't you? Why can't I? Well, that's a good question. I mean, I don't like the idea, because I'm a sincere, honest person, of being so hard-assed. So, but this is obviously a block that it's a story I tell myself, that it is unreasonable to state your own demands. Narcissism. Okay, so maybe putting ourselves a bit too front and center. Maybe it must be swinging wildly between these two options. Okay, no, wait a minute. This is what I'm hearing. This is the combination that a people pleaser normally does find themselves attracted to a narcissist because they're thirsty for attention. They'll do anything. You're a people pleaser, you'll do anything for attention. And guess who loves that kind of energy the most? The narcissist feeds off that. So to get rid of the people who are quite selfish and only really think of themselves, the key is to giving up. The people pleasing is what is coming through to me. So what are the remedies here? What do we need more of? I mean, we know what we need more of if we're a people pleaser, but let's grab, this deck tells it like it is. Let's grab 3 cards from here for how we can go about curing ourselves of being so fucking nice. Enough of the fucking people pleasing and no more narcissists. So what's the secret? Okay, this is so good. I love the cards. All right, so self-doubt. Get rid of, this is judgment in reverse. Very hard to read, I know, the writing on these cards, but get rid of the frickin' self-doubt. Become very definite about what you want and what you expect. And just practice saying in the mirror, I expect this. I'm sorry, I expect that. That's what I expect. And I'm sorry if that bothers you. Sorry, not sorry, essentially. Look, it's very hard to fucking shake this people pleasing, isn't it? Even when I'm practicing. Okay, so, yeah, self-doubt, failure to learn lessons. I think we all know by now what it is to be a people pleaser, to be revolving around or trying to get the attention of a narcissist. So that is, yeah, so it's unfinished lessons. So this is the key that's going to unlock everything. Getting rid of self-doubt, self-loathings, and, you know, we must learn from the past because we've been through this a number of times. Okay, the next card out, 5 of Wands in reverse. Conflict avoidance, keeping the peace at all costs. Throw some rocks in the pond and fuck the ripples, you know, just say what you feel and practice opening up your throat chakra. You know, we've all got those friends who will just say what they mean and they don't care if they offend someone. There really is that they're stating their truth quite plainly, not in an aggressive way, and they just have their non-negotiables. You know, it might be that please take off your shoes when you come into my house. This is not a dog house, I'm sorry, no dogs allowed. This is a house full of cats. Whatever it might be, you start small and build up. But when you find yourself going, just feeling a little bit uncomfortable about this, speak up. So, you know, quite often you build it up in your mind, I know I do, to be a big deal. But as soon as you say something in a calm and measured way, people go, oh, okay, I understand. They might not like it, like, oh, well, I've brought my dog with me. And I'm like, well, sorry, but my cats don't like dogs. So it's, you know, what else can we do? Can we go for a walk somewhere else? Can we, you know, come back another day without the dog? And hidden emotions, keeping your emotions under wraps, swallowing your feelings, and just keeping everybody in the dark about your true feelings. That is something to be avoided. You want to leave people in no doubt about, you know, what your standards are, what you expect. And if you have trouble thinking about it, get out a pen and paper and start writing them out. I'm going to do this straight after this, to be honest. What are my non-negotiables? Because off the top of my head, you know, loyalty, honesty, faithfulness. But after that, I sort of get a bit stuck, and that's not really enough. I mean, there's a whole lot more that I have in my mind that are non-negotiables, but I just can't think of them to speak to them. So that's a problem. So what else? What other guidance can the cards give us? What is waiting for us on the other side of healing this wound? Okay, no more being left out in the cold. That will be over, game over. If you've found yourself in that position far too many times, when you're in the snow, 5 of Pentacles, lonely, abandoned, and out in the cold, those days will be over once you break this habit of being too polite. I'm sort of seeing this sort of sincerity and honesty as politeness, and it is, you know, in this context is a fault, a flaw. What else have we got here? What else lies ahead of us once we deal to this? So it is the clearing up. It's actually getting rid of the past pain. 10 of Swords. There are no more swords to be had. You can see day breaking in the distance. The yellow sunlight is peeping up over the horizon. So I'm taking that as a good sign that this is the final sword in the back, really, that we have to overcome. And you won't be so defensive when you can speak to your boundaries quite plainly. You won't have other coping mechanisms like passive-aggressive behavior, like sabotage, or agreeing to things and then backing out of them, and being kind of wishy-washy because you're not strong enough to have good boundaries. So that will disappear. You will be able to let down your guard because people will know where they stand with you and what your standards are. So you won't have to, you can just relax. You don't have to be on guard the whole time once you're in this new paradigm of speaking up. Okay, now let's get a nice little wrap up here. So keep trying is the advice. Keep practicing on this, even in a shop, even if someone asks you to wait and it doesn't suit you because you're in a real hurry, something's urgent. Just whatever it is, keep trying different ways and opportunities to speak your needs and set your boundaries up. You are asked to be guarded. So it is about having good boundaries to get going. And it is really a time to give rather than to take. So let me just tune into this for a second. So it is sharing of yourself. Because quite often, if you're people pleasing and you're hiding your emotions, people don't really feel that they get to know you. So when you give of yourself and you share your opinions and you share your boundaries, people get to know you a lot better. It's a lot more authentic connection. And look, you do have a sacred purpose here. You have a lot to share. And by holding yourself back, by people pleasing, by sort of changing yourself to fit in with others or what you think others expect of you, that is really denying your own sacred purpose, your uniqueness, your individuality. So step into that. Show people who you are. Be free with expressing yourself, your boundaries, your emotions, your reactions. You know, I like to keep a poker face. That's really not what we're looking for here. Feel free to react with dismay, with like, oh, no, I'm not really cool with that. Whereas normally you go, oh yes, okay, sure. I've just driven an hour to see you, but I'll come back another day. You are more. You are worthy. You are a queen. You are a king. You're an emperor, empress, however you see yourself. Just know that you are more than this kind of tiptoeing around, people pleasing the narcissists who really, why is it even worth your time to attract their attention? You're never going to win. So I hope this has helped you, my darlings. It has helped me. If you'd like your own personal reading about blocks you may be experiencing and how to remedy them, email me on orders@abundancelovejoy.com or visit my snip feed page. Otherwise, this is Sarah wishing you much freedom from people pleasing.